Hello all of my elite creators and welcome to Elite Prints and Creations. If this is your first time here, I hope that you enjoyed the content of this video and will choose to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you an examples of sublimation onto various colors. What I have on top though is a test print that I did. I ended up printing out a bunch of different print settings, and I just wanted you guys to see this first when it comes to sublimation. So my favorite ones is printing with Adobe RGB. Now, well, I'm going to go right here because the plain paper setting and the premium matte setting are about the same. The one thing that I will say when it comes to sublimating, you get the strongest black, like the deepest black when you use premium presentation matte. I use standard. I do not use high when I use that because it puts out a lot of ink just in that setting. But you can put it on high. For certain papers, it's not needed. I only use standard. But I did do it on high down here, and it did bleed a little bit. So I did do it on high. Just wanted you to see that there is no major difference between the standard and the high. So there's no need to kind of waste the ink and go with the high setting. This is standard. And if you want to be able to utilize your second tray, or if you're having issues using premium matte, you can definitely use the plain paper setting. The colors won't be as rich. So for some things that have really like orangish and red tones, you feel like it's too reddish or too orangish, or like the colors are just too bright, you can change from the premium matte, which again will give you richer tones. This one is a bit muted compared to that one, but you definitely can still use plain paper setting. This just to show you that the power is in the ink more so than your settings. You can still get great color. It's all about your more so about your temperature and using a temp gun to make sure that you are you have the right output temperature, your time that you are pressing it depending on what you're putting it on, and most importantly, your pressure. You need to have the right amount of pressure for all that ink to release onto your garment or your substrate, whatever it is, and to get great colors. But my recommendations: premium presentation matte. I love Adobe RGB. To me, the automatic is a little bit too strong with that one. You get your strongest blacks with premium presentation matte. You can use plain paper because with the 7720, the bottom tray does not print premium matte. I normally just use it for storage, and I will alternate and move the trays around because I already have the paper in there, and just move them around in order to use premium matte. But you can use plain paper setting, just not as bright. All right, so that's that. Just want to kind of put that out there. I'll probably end up talking about like using this sheet in a lot of my sublimation videos, just to kind of always go over print settings. But tonight or today we are going to talk about printing to colors other than white. So what I have in front of me are felt sheets. Felt is 100% polyester, so it is a great way to create color charts for yourself. I have a full video on color charts if you want to make them yourself. I show you how to use it in Silhouette Studio. But if you know how to, if you're using Photoshop, Inkscape, or any of those where you can input a color, even though I shoot it in Silhouette Studio, the same applies for other programs. I may end up doing a video showing you how to access those settings in other programs such as Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and things like that. That'll come later on. But the premises is pretty much the same, to where you will print out your color chart in whatever desired settings that you would normally print with, and you will print them on your sublimation paper and then sublimate them to your felt. And this will allow you to see exactly what the color output will be. This works best when you are filling in the colors yourself for your designs, not pre-made designs, because those designers have already assigned color codes to the design or the image. So this is for when you are customizing and you are fully designing and you are adding the colors. Having this color chart really allows you to guarantee that no matter what it looks like on your screen, the output will be the color that you want. Again, check that video out to see exactly how to use the color charts. But this is on white, and I do have these on like this style of color chart on my color ones as well, but I only pulled one style because it'll just be too much to go through both sets of them in the video. It'll be too long. But this is on white, and you can see I do a wide variety of color charts because you get different color ranges, and I like to design with a lot of color and not have everything kind of be the same thing. So I print out a lot of color charts, and the color chart that I have available, you know, it's a lot of colors just to give you more range of colors. This is the same one as this. No, it's not. It's different because this doesn't have green on the end, so this one is different. Oh yeah, because I can tell by, see, these so-called grays print out more like a brownish tone, and then these are your truer grays. Grays is a very hard one to get, so having those color charts and knowing what colors to put in there is very, very, very important. All right, so this is how all these are set. So I'm going to use this as kind of my base. I'm going to leave this above so that you can see the difference between the white one and the color ones. So of course, white will always give you the best color and the truest color because, you know, it's white and it doesn't affect the way the ink is. Sublimation ink, or any ink for that matter, is translucent. So anything that you put on it, that color, well, anything that you put it on, that color will affect the final output of the color or the final look of it, because you'll pretty much see that color and it will change the tone and the tint of the ink, or like whatever color how it would normally look on white, excuse me. So we're gonna put those there. Oh, this was kind of like that one. You can kind of see what it's like on brown. Let's see, which one is this? This would be this one. Hold on. Yeah, this is this one, which I don't understand why it's backwards, but this is this one. So you can kind of see how these colors differ from the white. Oh, I think this one wasn't, yeah, this one wasn't flipped. That's why that's that way. So from white to a tan color, how the colors change. So this is a really light like mint color. You can't even see it here. I'm going to go ahead and bring my camera down a little bit, and that should allow you guys to see that a little bit better. So you can see that kind of mint there, or you might barely be able to see it, but on the tan you don't see it at all. And the rest of them are like this. So let's flip this around. So when it comes to colors, you can pretty much sublimate onto any color. You really can. When we get to the darker colors, you're going to see that no matter what, all the colors pretty much come out black. So with those, you are very limited. But when it comes to things like grays, you'll see like the pinks come out really well. Like on pink, it comes out really well. On the yellow, it was pretty cool. I think the light blue was kind of cool as far as the way the colors come out. The one color that I feel like you couldn't really get is like a true, you know, yellow, like this one. But you do have some variations of, you know, yellow. So the colors will be different, but you can get colors. And what you would normally use on white, you would have to probably use a different color. Not probably, you would have to use a different color on a colored garment. So let's say on the white, I wanted something like this one. It is, well, I mean, this one may be, let's see, 4. That one isn't quite that bright. I'm gonna kind of move it up here. So the range to be to be closer to this, what's on the white, would be more so up here on gray. So it wouldn't be the same color. You would get a totally different color. So you can get the same colors. You'll just have to figure out which one is closest to it to match it onto a color garment like a light gray. Now with other colors, it's really going to affect it, and it's not going to be anywhere near it. But this is the light gray compared to that one. And then we will put this one, these two together, and that's on light gray. Okay, we're going to start to go through these fairly quickly. You get the idea of how, you know, me explaining how the background color will affect the sud color. So this is dark gray. You can get what's somewhat of a yellow, but it's just going to be a very, very dark, kind of muddy yellow for this one, and that matches this color chart. And then this one matches. I'm going to come back up some just so that you can see them both. This is this color chart. So again, you do still have some colors that you will see. They just will appear a lot darker and not as bright as when it's on white. This is tan. That's this one. And then this one. So you can just see kind of the color range on there. The yellows pretty much go away completely. You really can't see them. And then on yellow, you really can't see them at all. A lot of the oranges, pinks, and purple, like the orangish and pinkish colors, they all pretty much tend to be orange. Red and yellow make orange. So you don't have a range of colors where you can get purples and things like that, pinks and reds. They basically become orange. And the purples all pretty much become brown. On this pink one, you lose a little bit of the yellow, but you do have some darker reds. You still have what looks like pink on this, and you can just kind of make that pink pop a little bit more with the darker colors of pink. And then you can still get purples on a light pink. And so we're going to do that one and show you that one. So compare the two as far as what it looks like on white and what those colors will be like and what you have available when you're putting it on a pink shirt. So your yellows pretty much look, well, these are sort of greens too. To me, they actually look more yellowish on the red than on the pink than they do on the white. And then light pink. I love the way light pink looks. Like, to me, these colors still look really, really good. They look really close to how they look on the white, on the light pink. So that's light pink, and then that's the white. And then the second one. So the white and the light pink. This is a dark blue. Do I have this on both? Yeah. So this is the dark blue. As you can see, your purples will look really, 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 really dark. You don't really see the purple tones. They almost just look like a deep blue. Same thing here with the magentas, red and blue make purple. So you get a lot of purple tones, and then yellow and blue make green. So it basically becomes green. And here is the other one compared to the white. And then there, most of those colors, like the bluish ones, they kind of just fade into it. And the greens and yellows basically just become more green. And then here you have what looks just like purple pretty much. All this just looks like purple. The light blue, I like the way the color output is on these. Although I think on the light blue, I only did one of them. So you'll see this one. And the colors aren't too far off on the light blue. And then this is kind of in-between blue. And that's what I did the other one on, just to kind of see that. And again, this one is kind of almost still like the darker one. You do get more of the lighter tones that you can put on a shirt, and they will somewhat pop. Like if you put them next to something else darker, those colors will pop. So you'll be able to see those lighter colors, which are these here. Greens. And this is this one. So you get to kind of see how that looks. And here is the second chart. The ones down here are pretty much like they're really close. They're really dead on for these particular colors. Like in here, they are almost the same. Orange. You really don't get any of the yellows and lighter oranges. Same thing with the blue and the greens. They just look really, really dark. You don't really get the same look and feel as the colors here on the orange. The green, non-existent pretty much. Everything just looks dark. When it comes to green, everything pretty much just takes on a really dark, 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 almost black color. You get none of the colors. That in this chart is this color up here. So you get none of those colors. Same thing with red. I didn't bother to do another chart. This one is this one. And as you can see, you get nothing over here, and then you get some dark colors. And so this one would pretty much be the same, and you'll get all dark colors when it comes to red. So red, I would recommend only using it if you're going to do something in just black. Same thing with the green. Blues are pretty much the same way. You know, do something in black, and you can sublimate onto those colors if you're using black. And then purple, you do get a few tones in the purple. You can somewhat see, you know, what it seems like a yellow, but it's not a bright yellow. It's very, very dark and muted. And you also get purples and magentas and some pinks. You get a slight orange, but you would never be able to get a bright orange. And then with these colors, they do look purple. They don't look black. So hopefully that answers the question on whether or not you can sublimate onto colors. You definitely can, but your colors will vary depending on the color garment that you are pressing to. So I highly recommend that you go and get some felt. This all came from Walmart. I want to say they were like 25, 28 cents. A lot of the times Joann's and Michael's will have sales, and their felt will be on sale. So you can get it from one of the craft stores, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, any of those, and get felt, or just go right to Walmart and get them. They're not expensive. I want to say, like I said, 25, 28 cents, somewhere in there for these 8x10 sheets. You know, it will take a lot of sublimation paper, but it will be worth it in the end to be able to have a color reference chart that you can go to whenever you're going to sublimate onto garments. You can let your clients know what it will look like, you know, without having to press a sample to a shirt, you know, for them to see. They can really see what those colors will look like beforehand. So I highly recommend, you don't have to use the charts that I have or the ones that I use. You can use any color charts, but these give you a wide variety of color options. All right, so hopefully this video helped. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a thumbs up, comment on the video, share the video. If you aren't subscribed, I hope that you enjoyed it enough to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. In the description of this video, you will find a link for where I get my sublimation ink from, Cosmos Ink. And for paper, I highly recommend Craft and Bessie's paper. Their website link will also be in the description box. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one.